your wheel brakes.
Okay. What's the key again for setting your launch bar?
I don't know the key.
Or not setting the launch bar. For the salute. Sorry, that's what.
It's left shift, left control, and S.
Oof. Okay. That's right. You can do it through the comm panel, though, right? All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can do it there too.
Me.
Okay, when he sticks his arms out to the side, that means unfold your wings. And then when he unbends his elbow, that means nose, what am I trying to say? Launch bar.
Is there a way to get the simple radio window out of my...
Tell me that the guys told him to lower his wing. There he goes. Never mind. He figured it out.
Testing 1, 2. Okay, so then the guy will start waving his arms again, which means to come forward, and you got to push the. Yeah, we got you 5 by 5. You got to push your launch bar over the shuttle, and it takes quite a lot of power. And you'll kind of like ride over like a big speed bump, and then you'll stop.
Maverick, you might want to switch to 264 on your COM 2. 264000. Johnny's talking on that one.
Huh?
Okay, so you get over that speed bump, and then he'll, how do you do that? The little green guy will connect you.
You see the,
and he'll walk off to the side there. And then they'll do the unbend arm to pull your launch bar in.
The right dial below the 2 on your COM 2 on your UFC.
Oh, what, I'm sorry?
So you see COM 2 on your UFC, you see the dial, the little dial below the 2 on...
And then when the guy starts doing his little wavy with his hand there, you run him up.
I'm looking for COM 2, hold on there. Yeah, I see it. I see COM 2 dial.
And you push it all the way to full mil.
Yeah, I see the COM 2. Switch it to... Click it once and it should turn you to 264.
Do a wipe of your controls, and then I'm going to launch by doing my salute, wait about 5 seconds, and then same thing. And then I'm going to do a clearance turn to the right. You shouldn't need to pull up or anything. Your flaps and everything will do that for you.
Use your scroll wheel with your mouse. Don't actually click it. That'll
pull your gear in, go auto flaps, and then just try to form up on my right. Try to find me, okay? Roger. Okay, 1 salute. And you only need mil power.
I think that's just changing the volume.
No. The dial below the COM 2, not above. Above is the volume dial. The one below. So you should see COM 2. There should be a number, and then it should be a number. Probably says 1 for you. And then below that, there's a dial. It's right next to the on/off switch for your upfront control.
Yeah, I got it. What number is it?
It should be 2. It's the preset. So you just change it from 1 to 2. Use your scroll.
All right.
Airborne!
Hey, motherfucker.
Cool. I'm at
500 CAS 298 heading 115. Just try to form up on my right side.
Entries. Launching. Right fall.
Everybody at that stupid simple radio. Hang in there.
I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
That simple radio window in their HUD.
Oh, you can get rid of that. Hang on. It's Control Shift Escape. Hit that a few times and it'll go away.
You demand.
My jet might be fucked. We'll see. The afterburner or the heat shield came up before my jet was ready to actually, hit my jet.
Well, that
Johnny, are you on 305?
Good.
Go for Jonah.
Johnny, I don't know. We'll see. My jet might be screwed. The heat shield came up before my jet had actually crossed the threshold.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we'll see. Nothing seems broken so far, but
Okay, Jonah is coming up to Angels 5-0.
5-0.
Yep. Oh, sorry, Angels 5. Angels 5, Angels 5.
Alright, how do we get setting up here? I'm ready for the tail bolt.
Shammy, do you know how to talk Maverick through it?
Yeah, is he, yeah, Maverick, are you already hooked up and everything? You look like you're good to go. If you got everything set, you're just gonna go to mill, and then when you're at mill, you can, or before you go to mill, go to, open up your comms, hit the backslash bracket, and, you can go to salute from there, and then from there, go full mill after you salute, and they'll just launch you.
Oh, where's the salute, under ground crew or DC?
I believe it's underground crew. Yeah, it's underground crew.
And I've got data link on, guys, if you want to check me in your SA page.
Airborne.
so
So everybody, when you get a chance, make sure your data link is turned on. The D/L button on your upfront controls, just press that and then hit the on/off until you've got power on that.
Altitude.
Should it be 127 for the data link?
Yeah, this is awesome. The server.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have you guys on data link.
I hit data link and on off.
So the server runs flawless for DCS.
nice.
I'm at 132 frame.
Like, it doesn't go over 5% utilization at
Maybe
all with you guys
make
flying
sure your
with this little
IFF
amount
is
of
on
players.
too. IFF and
That
then
is
on/off
huge.
that as
Compared
well.
to like running the client, it was nowhere near that.
Holy shit. Air bombs.
Okay, I'm just in a left-hand turn here at Angels 5. Try to just get on my right wing, everybody, in like a echelon right.
Copy, what's your speed?
300. Okay, whoever's on my right side still has their gear down. Thanks.
I got so excited with being shot.
Yeah, getting shot is exciting for sure.
My F-18 MFDs are working on my touchscreen.
Yeah, still no data link.
That's weird. I've got everybody else, I think.
So you just turned on data link and turned on IFF, nothing else?
Yeah, you hit those buttons and you just hit the on off until it says on in the little window, and that's it.
Do you have 4 other aircraft on your data link, or?
It's hard to tell because everybody's on top of each other right now. I've got, I see 3 F-18s off my right wing. I don't see the 4th guy.
Yeah, I took off last and have no visual on you guys.
Shamrock effect. Okay, we're at Angels 5. Stand by. I'm going to give you a little bit more information. Okay, we are east of Mom, at Angels 5. Do you have Mom on your TACAN?
A-firm, east of Mom, Angels 5 with an Angels 7.
Yeah. Get your radar going if you want, and we're east of Mom at 9 miles, Angels 5.
I must be further than you guys. I don't see you guys on the radar at all.
What's your TACAN distance from the Roosevelt?
18.7.
Yeah, okay, so come back towards the Roosevelt then. We're probably in between you and the Roosevelt. We're 6 miles from the Roosevelt now.
Dude, we gotta figure this data link thing out. This is killing.
We'll lead with your speed.
Lead is at 300.
Alright, I've got someone locked up.
You know what, it's interesting, I just boxed waypoint, and then I boxed TACAN again, and now I lost data on everybody as well, too. So there's some kind of fucking interference with TACANs and data links in this.
Yeah, I already had TACAN boxed, so...
You may need to report that as like a bug to DCS or see if that's...
Okay, so do you have any of us locked up?
Yeah, A-firm, I have someone locked up. I think you guys are passing over me right now.
Okay, come try to find us and form up on our wing.
A-firm.
Let's know it's Mike Jeff and Flared Elmer.
You gotta turn your dispenser on.
You only have to have
on a port.
You have to have your dispensers on, you have to activate it in the EW page, and you have to have Master Arm on. Shamrock, what's your range?
I'm right behind you guys. Like 2 miles probably. Less than that.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna roll out heading 250. And 350. Okay, when everybody gets steadied up, get your checklist page open on, I would put it on the center MFD just so it's kind of out of the way. I've got my HUD on the left, I've got my HSI on the right, and the checklist on the center. So the thing I want you to look at on the checklist is, all that stuff is kind of useless, but your aircraft gross weight is there, which is really useful. And I'm showing 38,000 pounds. We've got to get down to 34,000 pounds or less for the recovery. That's max recovery weight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jettison about 4,000 pounds of fuel. I've got 10,000 pounds showing in the IFE, so where your RPMs and shit are. So I'm going to set a bingo there at 6,000 pounds. So if you see there's an up arrow and a down arrow, long hold that up arrow until you get to about 6,000 pounds or so.
And where was that arrow again?
So over on your IFE, it's under your left MFD, all those gauges that show your RPMs and your master fuel stage. Over there, there's, okay, hold down that until you have 6,000 pounds in your bingo. And then once you've got 6,000 pounds in your bingo, over by your left elbow, behind your throttle there's a fuel panel, and there's a switch that says dump on or off. So right click it to go dump on, and now you'll start dumping fuel, and it'll automatically turn off when you get to your bingo of 6,000 pounds. So that should put everybody kind of around 34,000 pounds max recovery weight. Yeah, I see you guys dumping fuel now. It comes from your vertical staves. I think if you don't set a bingo, I forget how far it goes down. I think it comes down to 2,500 or 2,000 pounds. It won't run you completely out, but the bingo is a nice feature to put it exactly where you want, so you can just kind of start dumping and forget about it. Okay, we're going to
Fuck, I
extend
hit the wrong button.
What
Who fired this up?
It's the wrong one.
Did somebody fire a missile for real?
It wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, how about you go to weapon save, make sure you're on master save. We won't need flares, it's fine.
I forgot that the 16's missiles are the pickle on the thumb. 18 is not.
Yeah, 18's trigger, and I don't think there's any like long press delays or anything when you want to fire a missile. It just comes off the rail.
Why would you even squeeze the trigger, or your weapon's really spent? Either one of those is like a no-no.
I'm trying to get my bullets going a little bit. Make it feel like I shot something.
Okay, so we're 16.5 miles from from Roosevelt, and we'll begin a left-hand turn once we get to 20 on the TACAN here. Actually, what we should also do is come down to about Angels 2. Let's come down to Angels 2. I'm going to nose over at about 7 degrees, 3, 2, 1.
Altitude. Altitude.
And speed's climbing a little. Just holding my throttle position, basically. I'm going to set 350. Okay, there's Angels 2.
Bingo. Bingo.
And one's bingo.
Two's big.
Okay, so coming back to about 300 CAS and a left-hand turn, 30-degree bank, 3, 2, 1. Okay, auto throttle set at 300. So, naval ops, when you're recovering and you're down low like this, and you're on the outside of a turn and your lead is like turning left or whatever, you don't have to come up and stay in plane with me. Don't worry about me seeing you. You just stay level with the horizon. You should be looking at the underside of my aircraft. So everybody just stay level with the horizon when we're making these kinds of turns. When we're out in combat and shit or doing air to ground, I like that. I like anybody on the outside of a turn to pop up so I can still see you, but when we're down low like this recovering, don't worry about it. Okay, so when we get on heading for Mom, I'm going to call and request a landing, and hopefully at some point they're going to give us a BRC, a base recovery course, and then we'll plug that into the course line and apply that to the TACAN. I'll explain how to do that when we get to that point. Okay, so I'm going to roll wings level at about 090. It's going to be close enough. And 090. Usually you call inbound to Mom right around 10 miles or so. We'll try it at 12 or 15, because I think it prompts another command to say see you at 10 or something. I just want to test it out. Copy. So I only see 3 of you, missing the 4th.
I'm right behind the 3 of you.
Oh yeah, visual.
He's the one with the different.
Yeah, I got the nice Oceana blue color.
So try to get in echelon right with everybody else. From this point out, almost everything is going to be left-hand turns. That's why I want everybody on the right side. Okay, while we're inbound here, we still got a little bit of time. Just confirm your hook is set to bypass carrier. Taxi landing lights are off. Anti-skid should be off. Launch bar should be retracted. That's what you want to have set up.
One confirmed speed.
300 CAS.
I'm catching up to you doing 300.
Technically it's 301, but it's pretty close. If you guys are in formation, you shouldn't be using auto throttle control. Just do it manually. Okay, 16 miles out from Roosevelt. I'm going to request a landing here through the comms.
When we're landing, is it flat SAF or? What's the flap setting for a trap? Buddy spec, buddy spec. Buddy spike, buddy spike.
I'm stuck at this buddy.
Buddy spike, buddy spike.
Yeah, shut it off. I don't know why it's still blinking on you.
Johnny, if you're talking to us, it probably changed your frequency, man, to talk to the Roosevelt. So if you're trying to talk on COM 1 and it switched your frequency. What the heck is up with this formation? You guys are...
Okay, I think I lost you guys on simple radio. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you tried to... Jonah, you tried to communicate with the Roosevelt, right? We have still comms on, still set on this server, so it switched your radio frequency to the Roosevelt. So when you're trying to talk to us, we can't hear you.
Got it. Okay, my bad. All right, so just trying to
use
confirm
COM
that everybody
2
has
communication with
116
COM
course
1 to
line
the
set to
Roosevelt.
their TACAN. Shammy, do you have it?
The Roosevelt TACAN?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. We're 9.4 for the Roosevelt.
And do you have a course line, 116, set to it?
I don't... 116.
Okay, I was giving instructions this whole time on the other comm channel, so nobody heard anything. I've been talking for like 10 minutes. Okay, so on your center MFD, on the upper right of it, there's a little left to right silver switch, and above it, it says CRS. If you long press that to either side, left or right, it doesn't matter which direction, a little prompt will come up in the digital readouts of the upfront controls, right? It'll say course, and then you just type in 116, enter. I need everybody to put a course line on that TACAN. Got it. And Maverick, you have TACAN set for 7-1 X-ray?
Oh, negative.
Okay, so hit TCN, that TCN TACAN button, and do 7-1 enter X-ray, and then make sure that it's powered on with the on-off button as well. So, and then you got a box TACAN in your HSI. So now, what you should see in your HSI, you should see this little triangular symbol, which is the TACAN beacon of the Roosevelt, and you should have this line extending all the way across the HSI, kind of an arrow line, and you should have a little arrow in your HUD as well.
The arrow's missing in the HUD.
Okay, so box TACAN in your HSI, where it says TACAN upper left, press that button until there's a box around it. You got it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to do another left-hand turn about 30 degrees. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that course line is the direction that Mom is going, which is kind of more helpful than having the final bearing in there. You would only enter the course line of the final bearing if you're doing like a Case 3 recovery. So we're going to go back towards Mom, and then we're going to get set up in the Marshall stack, and I'll show you how to use this course line when we get closer.
What was the course again?
It's if anybody's having trouble with the course land, just say so right now and I'll help you through it.
What was the course again?
116.
It's 116. And then on your HSI in the lower right, it'll show the bearing that you set your course line, right? It'll say, for me it says 3.4, C cell 116. So that means I'm 3.5 miles away from the course line, which is set at a bearing of 116. Okay, I'm going to roll wings level at about 300 here.
Where do you see that 3.5 information, Joe?
The lower right of the HSI, lower right-hand corner. You see that?
One sec. No, I have my course line, but at lower right, I don't see that information. Maverick, you've got your tail hook extended.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna put the back. Kind of like a dog hanging out with a dick.
That doesn't matter if you guys have hooks extended. That's fine. Just make sure that Shamrock that you have TACAN boxed in the upper left. Do you have that boxed?
Yeah, I have it boxed and I have my line, but I don't see any information regarding that line in the lower right-hand corner.
Okay. And do you see the triangular symbol for the Roosevelt on your HSI with the line sticking out of it?
By triangular, you mean like a 3-point star?
Yeah.
And there's a line straight through it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder why you don't have that TACAN information. It's super helpful because if you're on the downwind coming back towards the carrier, you can get to the proper distance from the course line before you actually get to the beam position. You can set up at 1.2 miles and you're already like good to go, even if you're still like 10 miles away from the carrier. It's hard to explain, but we'll make do without it. Okay, so there's a mom kind of off to our, 10 o'clock, 5 miles out, and we're going to start getting into the Marshall Stack here. Marshall Stack begins at 2,000 feet, and it's kind of a left-hand turn circle around the boat. The boat's not really in the center of it. I'll show you kind of where it is. If there was a second flight coming in behind us, they would stack up at 3,000, another flight behind them, 4,000, etc. And then you gradually descend down through the stack until it's your time to recover. So we're kind of a beam with the ship. I'm going to do a 30-degree turn, left-hand turn, 3, 2, 1. So you can enter the stack from any position. It doesn't really matter. Oh, but we should be at 250 CAS. I forgot about that, so I'm going to slow down to 250. Because 250 is kind of usually right around the max energy conservation state for the F-18. Okay, 250 set. I'm just going to roll right a little bit here. So I'm going to try to time this turn so we are close to the carrier as we're passing over it, but so that's just down a little bit off to our left so we can still see it. And that was automated. I didn't do that call.
We're not on that frequency, so we can't hear that call. Should we contact Roosevelt and then switch to radio 2?
Yeah, maybe, or just put in 127500 on your comm 2, I believe it is.
Yeah? The food smell very nice,
Okay, so I'm just coming up on position 1 of
Hey,
the Marshall
Jonah,
stack.
can you repeat the column 2?
Okay. Comm 2, it's 127.500. Okay, so this is position 1. The carrier's just off to my left. I'm a beam with it. And now I'm going to do left-hand turn, 30 degrees, and we're going to go around this Marshall stack here. So you can see we're only about half a mile from the ship. This is where we're like closest to the ship, okay? So picture a circle, and the ship is kind of like closest to one side of it, right? Now you can watch your course line in the HUD or in the HSI, and when it flattens out, it turns completely sideways. We'll know we're at the 90-degree mark of the turn, and we'll be at position 2 of the Marshall stack.
Maverick, stack on my right wing, take 5.
Okay, so this is position 2 we're at right now. Now when we get to position 3, the other kind of 90-degree section of the circle, we should be no more than 4-ish miles away from the boat, because the diameter of the stack is about 5 miles, and when you're on the other side of the boat, it's about half a mile, so subtract that. You should only be around 4 miles or less when you're at position 3. And we're only going to be about 3 point something, so it's well within limits here. Yeah, I'm just at position 3 now at exactly 3 miles. And if you make any descents or ascents in the Marshall stack, you have to do it in the back half of the stack, not between position 1 and 3. You do it between position 3 and 1, if that makes sense. So it's usually when you get to position 3 that you exit the stack and you begin the recovery process, but I'm going around it one more time just because I want to show you guys one more thing here.
Hey, what's your speed?
250. So you'll notice I've been holding 30 degrees this whole time. So it should bring us back to where we started. But you'll see here that position 1, we won't be at position 1 anymore. We'll be aft of it because the boat's moved forward, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see I'm getting on the course line now at what used to be position 1, but the boat's moved forward. So when you get to this course line again, you might have to roll your wings level a little bit. So picture the circle just kind of has a flat edge on it, basically, if that makes sense, as if you had like this wheel and you sort of sanded it down on a belt sander. And you just come forward straight a little bit until we get back to position 1 again, and then we can go back into the stack. So there I'm a beam, and I'll go left-hand turn back into the stack here. So now we're going to continue this around until we get to position 3. When we get to position 3, we'll exit the stack and we'll actually begin the recovery. So position 3 will be parallel to the downwind, and I'll begin descending at about 5 degrees nose down, and we'll accelerate to 350. And I want you guys to try to all stay with me as tight as you can. Okay, we're at position 2.
Yeah, the carrier is turning.
Oh God, is it?
Yep.
Okay, so it's been 2 hours. I have this thing set to turn every 2 hours, so obviously it's been 2 hours. Of course it's doing it right when we're at this part of the recovery. And we're all getting kind of low on fuel here too. So I guess now that it's turning, I guess I have to request a new landing and get a new BRC. Stand by.
301, abort inbound, resuming mission.
Marshall 069, marking MOPS 01542, Angels 2, holding hands with 301, 420, low state 3.8.
301, Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus mile. scattered clouds at 8,000. Altimeter is 3013. Case 1 recovery, expected BRC 31. Report see me at 10.
BRC 31.
Tower 301. Overhead Angels 2. Holding hands with 420. Low state 3.8.
That's what it said, right? 310?
301. Tower, Roger. BRC 31. Signal is Charlie.
Okay.
301.
Oh man, this is like all the worst possible timing because we're all starting to get low on gas now.
Hey, you guys got to make sure you're talking on the right freaks. Like, everybody's talking on a different, like either COM 1 or COM 2, and it's fine because we have the same freaks in right now, but that's going to be a problem later.
Yeah, Ephraim, it's my bad. I think I keep talking on COM 2. I'm used to it because in BMS that's what we usually use, is COM 2 for inter-flight comms.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter which one you want to use, just pick one.
Yeah, I'll try harder here. Okay guys, it might help you to have your HSI zoomed into 10 miles as well, if you hit that, I don't see a ship turning to 310. I don't see that.
310.
031.
Alright, 031.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was 310.
Does anybody else's HSI break when they zoom into 10? Like, it just get a black bar across it?
Are you on the map mode or the non-map mode?
I'm on the map.
Yeah, I never use the map. Okay guys, sorry, this whole thing is kind of jigaboo. We're just going to have to kind of wing it here. I'm going to try to turn this, time this turn so that we're about 4 miles or so at position 3, and then we'll try to recover, but this is going to be tight on gas. We won't have much room for bolters or anything. Okay, coming up on position 3, we're a little bit close to the boat, but we'll try to make do.
Oh yeah, what's your speed?
250. Okay, nosing down now, 5 degrees, and I'm going to start accelerating to 350. And we're looking for Cherubs 8. Okay, 350 and Cherubs 8, I'm going to do a left-hand turn to the BRC. This is going to be a little bit more aggressive than 30 degrees, so just try to stay tight to me, okay? 3, 2, 1. Nice, and just try to stay level with the horizon at about 700 feet right now. It's supposed to be 800, but I'm on autopilot, and it just kind of comes down a little bit when you're in a turn. It'll pop back up when I get to the straightaway. So now I'm just watching the course line, and I'm just trying to time this turn so that by the time we're done the turn, we're almost right over top of the course line. Okay, there we go, rolling out. Okay, that's pretty good. Try to tighten it up as much as you can. I'm at 350 knots, Cherubs 8 on heading 013. And we're going to pass by the carrier. It's going to be just offset a little bit to the right of it, so we can see it just down low off our left as we can see if the deck is clear. Now I'm going to do a break at about half a mile to a mile behind the ship. Everybody probably has a clock right now open in the lower left-hand corner of their HUD. Just count 20 seconds on that clock at the time of the guy braking ahead of you. So break 20 seconds behind the guy who brakes in front of you. And then you're going to brake all the way to the downwind, pop your gear, flaps to full, and then trim aft until you're all on speed on the downwind, and then proceed on downwind until you're abeam with the ship, then left base and recover. Very simple.
Sure, sounds very simple. Don't forget your hook.
Yeah, A-firm, don't forget your hook. Okay, once on the break.
So you put your flaps down on what?
At 250 knots, flaps to full and gear out. And then you kind of roll out of the brake a little bit, about 45 degrees, and let the full flaps and the trim carry you the rest of the way around the turn.
What do you trim to?
You trim until the E bracket and the flight path marker are aligned with each other.
Go ahead and break 3.
One's left base.
Four's on the break.
Word break.
Hornet ball 2.9.
Tuesday.
Okay, one's down.
And do you come in at 250 the whole way?
Negative, you should be on speed. So just whatever speed keeps your flight path marker and the E bracket aligned in level flight. For the active green deck.
Two's way back. Two bolter. No bolter, I just waved off.
Okay, I'm at the LSO platform now. The LSO platform is so fucking cool. quarter mile, call the ball.
You want to go with this ball?
Okay, Cyclops, you have the ball. One wire. Red deck. So hook up, fold your wings, and get clear of the active. And then call green deck when you're clear. Okay. Put your parking brakes on, and then get to the LSO platform with me. I think it's left alt F9. But you might have to check your adjust controls.
420, 2.9 on.
Okay, contact. You have the ball. Come left for lineup, or right for lineup. Space.
Moving on.
Okay. Cyclops, you at the platform with me?
How do I do that?
Try left alt F9. Does that work?
Chief, place the wheel chock.